today I'm going to be talking about the axolotl. Now, how many of you guys have come across, maybe you're outside cutting grass or camping or anywhere you go, you come across like an insect or an animal that you've never seen before and it like fascinates you, right? Yes? Can I get some answers, right?
Yeah.
Well, how many of you can identify this creature? None of you. Well, this creature is called the axolotl. Now, the name comes from an Aztec language called Nahuatl. The popular translation of it is comes from a god named Xolotl, god of deformation, and another translation of it is water dog. You could call it axolotl or water dog as well. The axolotl originates from cold glacial lakes of Xochimilco and Chalco from Mexico. These lakes currently don't exist anymore. Now, if they originated from there, how did they spread? Well, I mean, people found them very interesting from Europe, from England and stuff, and they would transfer them to Paris and stuff. Now, what's so unique about this creature is that it's an amphibian, which means it spends its first, I guess, half of its life in water as a larva, and then moves on to, it metamorphosizes and goes on to land, right? Now, how did they figure this out? Well, in the 1860s, a scientist from England transferred some of these axolotls in a box to Paris, and once they got to Paris, they were salamanders. So that's, you know, that brought up some interest, and like, I thought you sent me some axolotls. And yeah, I know. So they saw salamanders, and it brought interest, and that's how they were spread. Now that you know that once they were interested on the whole process and stuff, like how that happened. Well, as I said, first of all, the axolotl is an amphibian, meaning they spend their first half of life in water and they go to land. However, they are known as a neoteny species, which they are retained from reaching that maturity. They don't You guys have seen frogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
How at first they're tadpoles, and they eventually, you know, start getting some oxygen, and they move on to be frogs, right? Well, that's exactly what happens with this creature. It's a salamander, which looks close to a lizard, except with this creature, they never move on from that. And in rare cases, they have metamorphosized, but that's very rare. Now, they could be metamorphosized, I guess, on purpose by injecting them with some hormones, some thyroid hormones, but they do not encourage this because, I mean, most of the time they could die. Another way that you could make this happen is if you have them captive, little by little you could start draining the tank of water and, you know, spray them so you could kind of like force them to metamorphosize. Now, and it's not encouraged because most of the time it leads to death. So now that I've told you some of this, what's so unique about this creature? What else? Why is it one of the world's most studied animals? Well, this creature also has an amazing ability to regenerate. If it breaks an arm or something, not only would it heal that arm, it'll grow another arm. So I mean, it won't be. It's not. Very often you'll find like one with two arms or something, just because their ability to regenerate is so good. What's also really fascinating is that they're even able to take donations. Like, let's say you have an arm of another axolotl, and you stick it to the other one, over, like if you tape it together or something, they're able to connect with it. So that's pretty amazing. They're also able to regenerate their eyes, So if they're missing an eye, they could regenerate it if it got bitten off by another one. And part of their brain. So that's really amazing, and that's why they're studied. So I'm going to show a picture, just if it would metamorphosize how it would look like. But that's very rare that they would move on to that. But most of the time, that's how they look like. As you can see right here, these are their gills. So that external gills. And yeah, that's pretty much it. In conclusion, they're very rare animals, and hopefully you guys are able to identify it next time you see them. So, yeah.